Hello, everybody. What's happening? And welcome to Freestyle Fridays. My name is Sonia Marie, and today is Friday. Yep. February 10th, I believe, 2023. Only on here for a brief moment. I mean, sometimes I'm like D Nice in that way. I'll be like 5 more minutes and be on here for another hour. So I'm just going to put it out there. It's going to be brief, but however spirit rolls with it is how we're going to roll with it. I'm so happy that you are rolling into the space. It looks like people are joining us on Instagram before those on YouTube, and I'm happy to see you. Hello and waves to you. I can't press each and every wave that comes up, but know that I see you. I'd really like to encourage you on Instagram to come on over to YouTube. I'm trying to grow my channel over there, and it'd be wonderful if you can subscribe, put a couple of likes up if you like whatever is being said to you. My page is Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page. Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page. Again, I'm trying something new out. I'd like to come on twice a week, and that is Mondays, giving you the weekly rundown, the astrological rundown for everything that's going down in that week. And also on Fridays, again, which is freestyle. Whatever spirit tells me to talk about, whatever it is that I feel inclined to speak on or reiterate some astrological information. Again, it's freestyle, however we flow. It could be 5 minutes. It can be 55 minutes, however long we on this thing. So I'm just happy to be here and share. I'm going to do my best not to eat these good ass grapes because it looks really unprofessional. And it might sound like I'm eating and talking at the same time. But gosh darn, they are tempting. I will say that. What's up, everybody on YouTube? I'm so glad you're here. What's going on? Halima and Miss J, Miss Lady J, pardon me. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. What's going on? D's Delectables and Robin. Kiss Monica for me, would ya? Dope Gal K is here. Who haven't seen you in a minute, honey? And Sam Flowers is always in the place, up in the place where the people are fresh. Yo, on Instagram, please come on over to Word Life. Nope. Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page, please, on YouTube, and we will be going there. I'm trying to grow my thing over there. I'm very distracted by these goddamn grapes. First of all, let me tell you about these grapes. These grapes, commercial, are from Trader Joe's, and they're called gummy grapes. Has anybody tasted them? Come across them? I'm serious. It's like a little blast of wine flavor in your mouth because they almost seem like they're about to be fermented. That's probably what they did too. Squirrel, fucking Trader Joe's is good for that. I'm going to be truthful with you. I think it's somebody that's watching going, ooh, we got an abundance of peanuts. Let's make peanut butter goddamn cupcakes. Oh, we got some grapes that are about to go out of season. They're extra sweet, but they're about to be fermented. So we're going to put them on a stand and call them gummy grapes. You know what I mean? Like Trader Joe's will make some money off of some shit that's about to go expired. I'm trying to tell you. And then you go back next week and look for the shit and be like, what happened to them gummy grapes? They're not here anymore. They're discontinued. Are you kidding me? You got to go to the computer to figure that out and say, let me figure it out. You know goddamn well they're discontinued because y'all in the back or somewhere at the freaking warehouse creating products and putting a new label on things and selling them. Okay, that's my little rant. My little commercial rant. Anyway, okay, I'm not going to eat them because this is really whack to chew and try to talk at the same time. And it's very distracting. So this is the last one for now as I take a sip of this orange juice. And I want to ask you a very important question. How do you feel? How do you feel? Yes. How do you feel? Tell me and tell each other. Tell yourselves. How many times? Let me take a sip. How many times would you like for somebody to just walk up to you, or a good friend, or somebody in your family and go, hey, how you feeling? Like with that look, how you feeling? Like, tell me how you feel. You mad? You sad? You glad? You anxious? You frustrated? What's going on? You got an itch in your belly? You got a cramp? You got gas? What's going on? How do you feel? I want to know. I absolutely want to know. Again, people on Instagram, please come on over to YouTube. I'd appreciate that. At Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page. We're not going to do these things too often. I'm trying to tell you on IG because they trip. I'm trying to tell you, they trip. They trip, they trip. And speaking of tripping, I just had a little distraction in my brain, and then we're going to get down to what it is I want to talk about today, or what Spirit wants to talk about for Ding Dong, damn sure. I am pressing you guys and ladies to give me a thumbs up, please, a like if anything resonates with you here on this YouTube channel. And I'm being a little serious about it today because I do frequent YouTube, right? And I follow a couple of different tarot readers or subscribe, whatever, right, to different channels and blah, 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 and other interests, right? However, I got a little hit from somebody as they were talking about it, about their channel not getting more views than they did maybe, let's say, 5 months ago or 6 months ago. And then I did a little research, and lo and behold, there's a bunch of complaints on YouTube, and I think it's going to slide or has already slid already into Instagram. They are shutting down and cutting out different subject matters in their algorithm, meaning I think they're curtailing the viewers and the shares, or whatever the case may be, the exposure of all things spiritual, all things that have to do with, I'm gonna be straight up and down with you, the way I felt it and intuited, all things that's making people better. They don't want to pump that shit up. But you'll see people with big asses and big titties and red hair all day long. Now, listen, if you got a big ass and big titties and you got red hair, that is not an offense to you. I'm just trying to say that they pump their agenda. They pump what they want us to see over and over and over and over again, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying. So if you could, please and very please, come on over to YouTube at what's my channel? Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. You know, tell some people, because the more we put heat on it, the more they can't ignore it. Is the real deal, to be honest with you. Although, you know, it's Al Gore. It's algorithms, and they do whatever the hell they want to do. That's for damn sure. I'm just saying, y'all. But help a sister out if you would. And if you like what you receive from this particular channel, please donate to myself, the page, my mission and movement via PayPal or Venmo or Cash App. That's in the description box below the video, okay? All right. One more quick announcement, and we're going to slide into what I want to talk about, because it has everything to do with what I want to talk about. Tomorrow over at Soul Supreme Studios in Los Angeles, South Los Angeles area on Slauson Boulevard between Crenshaw and Overhill, there's a dope-ass spot, boutique, run by a friend of mine named Angel Dobine. She's been helping me for the last couple of years in my retreats, right? But she has a really, really cute boutique over there. And we've come together one more time to do a workshop. This is the second time on astrology and love and connection and intimacy. I also thought to give away a couple of mini readings too. So if you come through and you sign up, at the Eventbrite link below in the description box, come on through. It's from 1 to 4 tomorrow. That's Saturday, the 11th, 1 to 4 tomorrow. Okay. Right in the middle of the afternoon, a couple of hours of some astrology information, good time, a glass of champagne or two, some little, noshes, some snacks we can snack on, and really get deep down and dirty with what connection and intimacy is all about in regards to what I feel, in regards to what astrology is saying, in regards to what spirit brings to me to share with you via a couple of mini reads. I want to go hard tomorrow. I don't know why, but I'm having a feeling of just going in. So if you know my friends or anybody that knows me, when Sonia says, oh, she's going to go hard, like that's code word for she's being generous. And the Leo wants to give before the Cancer says, you know what, I'm done. I'm shutting down. I'm going home, taking these bottles of champagne that Angel just gifted me, possibly, maybe, I don't know. Well, get my own bottle. And I'm going to go chill out, and I don't want to share no more. So when I say I'm sharing, take advantage in a sense, because that means it's coming through, and it's coming through hot and heavy for somebody. So come on through. That's tomorrow. Um, you can register in the Eventbrite with the Eventbrite link below in the description box. So y'all want to ride on into this thing? What I was thinking about as I was in the shower, what I was thinking about is how we can talk about intimacy today. And then I said to myself, I said, well, what is going on? What's going on astrologically that can help promote this thought that's coming through? And Spirit said, well, remember the moon, as I look at my notes, the moon is quincunxing Venus today. Venus is about love. The moon is about emotional connection. Okay. And also, Mercury is conjuncting Pluto. Pluto is about power and transformation, but Mercury is about the thoughts that we have, communication, which may not seem like connection or intimacy or love or sex, and which we'll be talking about tomorrow, but it is very much so. Communication is key. As a matter of fact, I got to put that in my notes. Communication is key when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to love, when it comes to connecting with one person, because how the hell is this person supposed to know how to love somebody if you don't say it, if you don't tell them how? Now, Squirrel, before I really dive into this, I'm just going to answer to these downloads that's coming through. You know, so many people think it's boring and kind of out of character to say, oh, I like it there, or I want it there, or put your thing on top of this. Or whatever the case may be. Or I like red roses as opposed to yellow roses. I like, to go to the sushi spot on the corner almost always. You take me to a new sushi spot, it wigs me out. I know you're trying to be nice, but I don't like to go to new sushi spots. Why? Because I don't trust their fish. So the bottom line is that if you're going to love me like you want to love me, then take me to the sushi spot that I like. But you have to communicate that. Does that make sense? What's up with you, Yvette? Does that make sense to y'all? It's a very simple and elementary example, but it's realer than real. Communication is realer than real. When it comes to connection, when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to any type of relationship, y'all know that. And here's the deal is that oftentimes we were born and raised and in a society and within our families and school institutions or whatever, that really don't promote communication. We promote that dream-filled situation of, figure me out. My hair is long and flowing. I have the beautiful dress on. Don't you know how I am? Don't you know? Don't you read books? Aren't you full of the romance novels? And don't you know? Read my mind, look into my eyes, is what most people think and say. You're supposed to know. You are supposed to know how to love me, am I? How would you know that I don't like sushi for just some random places if I don't tell you or if you don't ask the goddamn question? I'm big on asking questions, y'all. I'm big on asking questions. Understand that. It is about learning love languages, Jay Walker. I definitely am a big advocate for I'm definitely a big advocate for love languages, but then it goes deeper. It goes hella deeper because we can respond and or administer through love languages. But then what about specifics? What about learning, or I should say learning people's body language? That's communication. What about reading the room? What about allowing your ego to take a back seat every now and again to allow the other person to say what they want to say, express how they want to express it, and you learn something in the interim without having you to push your agenda? That's what I'm talking about. Going deeper than the love languages, although that's incredibly included, Jay Walker, for real. Okay? But that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to break things down and how there are certain planets, there are certain asteroids, there are certain houses that activate love and or promote love and connection. Let's go back to what's happening today with that moon, quincunxing Venus. I know y'all heard me say this before on any given Monday about what the moon is all about. The moon is about the moon is about your emotional responses to everything that goes on around you. Now, we know for sure. We absolutely know for sure that the moon has everything to do with connection, with intimacy. Because if I respond in a particular way in which you don't like, then you may withdraw, you may get sparked, you may come closer. You may love what it is on how I respond. Just using myself as an example and what my emotions are. And when I say response, it's like the expression of how it is I feel, good, bad, or indifferent. The moon is also about your connection with your mother. Now, this is a powerful, powerful notion. And again, I'm going to share this a little bit more specifically tomorrow at Soul Supreme Studio. So if you'd like to come on through, please click the link in the description box below here on YouTube and on Instagram. Go on over to my bio. There's a link in my bio too. I would love to see y'all tomorrow on the 11th between 1 and 4 p.m. Your connection with your mom, and I was actually saying this to my mother yesterday, is that I believe that we are taught how to love through our mothers, right? That's the first one we're in love with. I'm sure y'all heard me say this before, but I want to reiterate in case we have some new people on here. That's because we fell in love with our mothers first. We fell in love with our mothers first. In her womb, we're responding to how she is angry. We're responding to how she is happy and elated and what makes her that way. We may not know through language. We may not know specifically, but we know through energy. We know through energy what makes her tick. We know through energy what makes her excited. We know through energy what makes her sad. We can feel her fighting with her man, or we can feel her making love to her man. You understand what I'm saying? We know how to connect to other people based on that initial connection with our mothers and how she holds us securely, or the lack thereof, in her womb. Do y'all understand that and agree with that? Yes, y'all. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? You're just listening. So the bottom line is that moon sign, whatever your moon sign is incredibly important. Incredibly important. Because again, how we learn to love through her is how we administer that expression the same way. And oftentimes they begin a habit. It begins a ritual. Now, some may say you can change your emotions. Yes, you can change your responses and your expression to things. Absolutely. But at the same time, did you know that we live in our moon sign at least the first 10 to 12 years of our lives, which means that gives us 10 to 12 years for whatever reaction and whatever connection we have with our moms to be solidified and kind of like crystallized in some kind of way within our DNA. That's a big fucking deal. And that's hard to shake. That is hard to shake. Squirrel, I'm so tired of people saying, well, get over it. They're better. Let time heal it. Here's the deal. Time does heal certain things. That's guaranteed. But at the same time, if you're not looking to change a certain part of you, or I should say this, let me rephrase that. If you are looking to change a certain part of you, if you are looking to love different, since we're talking about that specifically, then you have to go back to where it started. You have to go to your moon sign. You have to decipher and break apart in some kind of way, meditate on it, ask questions to spirit about it and how you relate it to your mother or the lack thereof so you can move forward. Am I putting blame on moms? Hell no. Okay? I want y'all to know this. There's no blame when it comes to self-reflection. When it comes to self-reflection, we're not blaming anybody if you're doing it in the most mature way possible. So there's no reason for anybody to feel defensive. If you're a mother or if you're a child and you have children, or if you're a mother or if you have children, that's the same thing, Sonja. Good God. The bottom line is this. We're taught in that way. What was I about to say? I was about to say something different. But the bottom line is on some other level. Sonja is funny. The bottom line is that at that emotional connection in which we have with her, that emotional connection needs to be revisited as we grow older. Why? Let me tell you why. Another part of it is about healing, but the other part of it is that consciousness grows. And if we are learning and or understanding how to love through our mother and we repeat the same thing she does, we're not growing. Does that make sense? Anybody out there? Yes, y'all. Does that make sense? Instagram. Come on over to YouTube at Sonja Marie's Word Life Astrology page. I'd greatly appreciate it. For real. I'm going to keep y'all on here for a little while today. But in the next coming months, we're not going to come on here any longer. And I need you to slide on over to YouTube. Okay. Okay. What did I just say? I'm wondering. I'm like, what did I just say? Listen, in regards to your moms, in regards to, I was going somewhere really poignant. Sonia, get your coffee mind together. Going to, I'm really trying to figure out the road I was about to travel on. Going back to your mom's, how she teaches you. It'll come. I forgot the last thing I said. Okay, the bottom line is this. Another bottom line is that growth. Thank you, Nikki. Growth. It's coming. Thank you, baby. I got it. How we need to grow from that space. Our consciousness needs to grow. We are growing within our consciousness. Thank you. I appreciate that. We are growing within our consciousness. So if we're loving like our mothers, if we're cursing out dudes like our mother cursed out dudes, if we're being, I don't know, incredibly open and sometimes a little too subservient and allowing people to walk over us like our mothers, then we're not advancing. We're not moving forward in our consciousness of time, that is, not just within our family DNA structure, within time. Because on some level, everybody is trying to get on the same level as we grow and evolve. Does that make sense? I hope so, because I heard that really, really clearly. The bottom line is that we need to keep it going. And with that in mind, the moon also deals with karmic information that we're trying to clean up from past lives. Oh, shit. So that means your mother represents karmic information that you had years and years and years ago. Yup. It absolutely does. So there's some teaching anyway on some other level. And what I mean by karmic information is the fact that maybe possibly if your moon is in Aries, right? Just giving an example, maybe possibly in another lifetime, you was a tyrant. You was a tyrant of a ruler, because Aries energy is a leader. Aries energy is a fighter. Aries energy is boastful. Aries energy is confrontational, right? So if we take that lesson, that moon of expression in Aries, and we take that lesson, maybe you were too much of a fighter in another life. Maybe your mother came into your life this time to show you. And again, remember the moon in Aries, if this person has a moon in Aries, if you have a moon in Aries, is how you look at your mother. It's your view of your mother. She don't have to be an Aries. It's how you see her. So the bottom line is that, on top of the fact that you're cleaning up some shit, is that maybe she's teaching you how not to be a tyrant. Maybe she is a tyrant because she's teaching you how not to be a tyrant. Does that make sense? Because that moon in Aries and its confrontational space and its karmic space is trying to teach us, yo, you don't need to do it like that this time. You need to switch and adhere to your emotions in a whole different level, on a whole nother page. Yo, does that make is that understandable? So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And how about this, without me giving you no juice, because I want to keep you hanging. Did you know that the moon and the sun positioned in your chart is how your mother and father got along in your life? I'm going to say it like this: when you were born. So if your moon and your sun trines, possibly it was harmonious. Your moon and your sun, because the father represents the son and the moon represents the mother. I should do another village hut. God damn it, because I feel like teaching. And I don't want to give away all of this for free. But the thing is, I know I need to do it. I just don't know when. There's a lot of things coming down the pike and I don't know how to have the time. Okay, anyway, in my thoughts, in my brain. But the thing is that the moon being the mother, the son being the father, how that situation, how that shows up in your chart is how they were relating when you slip through your womb, your mother's womb. So the bottom line is that affects how you connect. That affects your intimacy with another. Do y'all not see that? Yes, y'all. Anybody that connects with, hi, Kelly. Oh, man. Isn't it, Sam? I'm sorry, I had to stop and drink, but I was reading Sam's comment over here on YouTube that says our moms, which is our moons, are the representatives of the imprints of our past. And how we came in seeing our moms. Yep. That's absolutely the truth. I mean, at least as far as I see it, because I love astrology like that. And it always has proven truth for me. So the bottom line is this: how are we able to see these beginnings, these imprints, as Sam is suggesting, on our love language, on our hearts, on how we communicate, on how we have sex and how we are intimate, or the lack thereof, for all of that. It's powerful, man. How it shows how we connect our personality. Squirrel, remember this. For me, astrology is about one thing. It is personality. Our soul is our soul. If y'all never heard me say this, I'm sure y'all have on YouTube, because y'all ride and die and y'all freaking loyal like that, and I love you. But for those on Instagram that don't frequent my channel too often, let me tell you this. Astrology to me is like the personality. Your soul is individual. Your spirit is individual. Your personality helps to administer your soul's journey. Your astrological personality can make or break whatever the fuck it is that your spirit needs to do this time around. So you're supposed to be a construction worker. How are you going to be that construction worker? Are you going to be ambitious and successful and own your own business like a Capricorn would? Or are you going to be a great team player like a Virgo as a construction worker? Virgos don't necessarily want to be the leader in everything, but they are great Johnny on the spot kind of people. And they are great people that help to service. They are good, like, behind the scenes motherfucker that will get every detail together. How is your personality gonna serve your soul's journey? That's how I like to administer astrology. It's not about entertainment for me. It's not necessarily even about what's happening in the world, even though I may speak on it every now and again, or politically, although it does apply. There are a lot of astrologers that talk about that. Yo, kudos to them. My focus is always on me and us getting better. Bottom line, point blank. And if you think you don't need any help, and if you think that time is gonna heal some shit, and you don't think you're trying to heal, or you don't think you need to get the lessons, I mean, I'm just saying, go to a cave right now and just crawl up in the cave and hang out for the rest of your life. Smoke some weed, do whatever you need to do by your goddamn self, because we're always learning how to be our best self until the moment we take our last breath. Y'all get that? I'm just saying. I want to talk about that. So intimacy tomorrow at Soul Supreme Studio, connection and sex. Now, to me, sex is real low level, y'all. Real low level to me. Sex is low level as shit. And I'm going to tell you why. I mean, we all know it to be, although it's fun as hell. Like, everyone loves to have fun. Everyone loves to be tactile. Everyone loves on some level to be affectionate, to share their bodies, to share themselves, to share their spit, to share their smell. Everybody loves to share in that way. It is a declaration and a tactile proof of what it is that I feel on the inside. However, it vanishes. You dig what I'm saying? Once that feeling is over, and quite frankly, once it's busted on both levels, then what are you going to do? Then what you going to do? The bottom line is that, in my opinion, like sex administered by Mars in our chart, whatever your Mars is how you like to perform. Whew, that's a heavy little thing, but I'm going to stop right there. How you like to perform. So for me, low-level energy, as far as sex is concerned, is necessary, but it's an output. What are we going to do before that? What are we connected to before that? I want to talk about this tomorrow. I got a list of informations, both goddamn planets and asteroids. Come on through, please, to Soul Supreme Studios. I appreciate you coming through. And if not, I mean, possibly, maybe you can take a class of mine when I jump back into that space. It's a lot going on for everybody. And I'm really, really grateful for it. The other thing that's happening, kind of off the subject, is Mercury and Pluto coming together. I wanted to touch that because that's the power of authority that I was told to be hit. Like, the only way in which we can love and we can connect with people, adding that subject to what I'm about to say, is if we are the authority of ourselves. if we are the authority of ourselves. You know what? That subject matter and that headline in my brain, literally, I'm not even gonna lie. That's why I paused and took a minute. It branched off into like 5, 6 different topics. And I was like, damn, Spirit, which one you want me to take? The authority of ourselves. What's so interesting about the authority of who we are is that oftentimes we have given it away before we even knew that we had it. You know, oftentimes when, like, if we were molested or if we were raped or if we were quietly violated in some kind of way. And what do I mean by that? Quietly violated? I mean, like, there are people who get criticized on a daily basis, or there are people who get downtrodden or get bullied, you know what I mean? Which takes away from their own authority, which takes away from them being their own power, their own Pluto. Today, Mercury and Pluto come together. So the reason why I parlayed this, and spirits helped me to parlay this in this conversation, is the fact that we need to know Mercury conjuncting, meaning the same sign of Pluto, our power. We need to know that. I invite you to do something today. And I've said this on YouTube before, but today is a really, really powerful day to do that because Mercury is words and Pluto is power. I invite you to say 10 times over, or give yourself whatever your favorite number is, 1 to 5 to 6 to 7, whatever the fuck you want to do, right? However many times you want to do it, say, I take my power back. I take my power back. I take my power back. And when you do that today, right? When you do that, wherever you at, in the car, on the toilet, right, walking down the street, walking the damn dog, having sex with your man or your woman, whatever it is, whenever you want to do it, I ask you to do that today with Mercury's linking up with Pluto, so we can begin to take our own personal authority, our own personal space and power back. That's essential for love and intimacy and connection and being vulnerable. Because the only way we can be vulnerable is to feel powerful within. I'm not going to open up if my shit is weak. If my shit is weak inside and I know it's weak and I know you're going to come and snuff me at any moment, why would I open up? Do you see how important it is to take your power back? And again, with words, with your thought today, I'm just saying that take it back so you can feel love, so you can know love, so you can start to speak the words in which you want to tell people how to be loved. That's being authoritative of your own self. Do y'all get this? Or am I just like high off my own orange juice? Y'all understand where I'm coming from? Please, I'm very, 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 very pleased. Now, listen, Mercury and Pluto is in Capricorn today. So if you're an Aries or if you're a Libra, this may not like rock with you too tough, to be honest with you. The power part and the authority part and actually being an advocate for your heart. Being an advocate for your heart. That's the biggest thing. Being an advocate for your heart, knowing when to settle in who you are and speaking from that space. Nah, I don't like that. I don't like when you do that. Oh, I love that. Can you give me a little bit more of that? Oh, I'd like to love you like that. Is that possible? Let me ask the question. Let me be in authority, in space, in control, and in power. Now, again, I say that Libra and Aries might not feel this today as much. Or if you have a Leo, I keep saying Leo. If you have Libra or Aries rising or Leo, I said it again. What in the world? Or Libra or Aries moon, it might throw you off a little bit today. Why? Because it's a square. Capricorn energy, that's where Mercury and Pluto stands today as they're conjunct to give us this power of authority of our heart and who we are and how we think and how we call it back, is in a square with Libra and Aries, which means, I don't want to do that shit. For real. That's what it feels like. I don't want to do that. This is crazy. I mean, I got other things to do. I don't have to take my power back. I'm already powerful. Libra would say cynically, I'm already powerful. I know what I want. I don't need nobody's opinion. I mean, I got my own opinion. Who the fuck cares? You understand? That's Libra. Aries is like, I'm out the door. You miss me. Boop, I'm gone. I already have my authority. I come in with authority. But please and very please, both Libra and Aries, don't confuse the ability to fight and to head off confrontations in a charming way, Libra, and in a physical way, Aries. Don't confuse that with power and authority. They're two different things. Does that make sense? Two different things. Power through Pluto and the authority in which we can take back so we can own our own intimacy is very quiet. I'm kind of weird sometimes. Nope, I'm weird all the time. So I kind of see how Pluto acts. Pluto is like, it's like this revving that comes up over you and through you. You can breathe it in your belly. You can breathe the power in your belly. And the next thing you know, you're saying, I don't like that. Oh shit, where'd that come from? I spoke up for myself. I said what I needed and I got it, God damn it. Yes. That's Pluto's power. Aries' fight is what? I'm gonna knock you out before I even have a chance to tell you I don't like it. Or I'm gonna leave and leave you hanging before I even have a chance to tell you I don't want to do such and such, or I don't want to go somewhere. Libra is like, you'll figure it out. Miss me. Peacing out. I'm going with that shit cynically. Because why doesn't make sense to them? You get what I'm saying? Dropping some shit on y'all today. But everybody else, you can possibly see this. You may not want to agree with it, but you can see it a little bit easier than Aries and Libra, because a square always is going to head off with some ego first. Why? Until you sit back and see why, and then you'll understand you can benefit from it. You can benefit from your squares, although they get on your freaking nerves. Your squares get on your nerves all day, every day. Then you know. Y'all know what the squares are? I'm wondering. Cancer squares are Libra and Aries. How about that? Capricorn squares are Libra and Aries. Should I go through the whole thing? Taurus squares are Aquarius and Leo. I missed somebody, y'all let me know. Virgo squares are Gemini and Sagittarius. Pisces squares, Gemini and Sagittarius. Aquarius squares is Taurus and Scorpio. I kind of went down a rabbit hole now. I don't know if I want to say all of this because now I can't remember. If y'all want to know a square, put a question mark in front of the question, please, here on Instagram as well as YouTube, okay? That's all I'm going to give y'all right now in regards to those squares. But yes, that's that. If you have any other questions, let me know too. Please put a question mark in front of the question like you do in Spanish so I can get, jarred by the question. Oh, Yvette, you don't follow rules. And she retracted it as I said it. But Scorpio square, because I read it real quick. Scorpio squares are Leo and Aquarius. Okay, Leo squares are Taurus and Scorpio. Gemini squares are Virgo and Pisces. Yeah. Gemini squares, Virgo and Pisces. All right. That's all the questions I see. Yes, please. Only because, and I'm suggesting that if y'all didn't see my last videos, because sometimes I miss questions. If I see the question mark in front, because I'm 52, and sometimes I really can't see. I be faking like, what is that? And then if I put my glasses on, the goddamn progressives be trying to focus. I can't see, and then it's too big, and it's just way too much. And then I'm sweating, and it gets foggy up there. It's just too much. Gemini square, I already told you. Okay, that's that. Okay, I wanted to share something else. It may seem like I'm all over the place, but I'm not. I'm waiting for Spirit to say, and they said go. So I wanted to introduce this archangel to you, in which I So Desiree O'Connor said that her sun and moon is Capricorn, and both parents are Leo. So is that a question? You asking me if your parents are Leo, or you want to know that relationship between Capricorn and Leo? And if that is the question, Capricorn and Leo is a quincux, which means it's an irritation. You know what I mean? Like Capricorn really don't get Leo, Leo really don't get Capricorn. And I'm gonna tell you why real quick, because Capricorn is way too serious and Leo is way too gregarious. And they don't get each other in that way. Capricorn's like, sit the fuck down. And Leo energy is like, you're too serious. Get the stick out your ass. Smile some more. Let's have fun. So they don't understand each other in that way. Can you explain the squares once again? Sure, Evan, thank you for asking. I love questions. That's why this is Freestyle Friday, because on Mondays, I'm too busy giving up information that I don't have a chance to answer questions. So, Evan, squares are hardships. Squares are challenges that two signs or two energies have within one another. Squares help you to grow, though. If you recognize the challenge, if you recognize the lesson, if you recognize that that other person or that other energy has something to teach you, you got to get out of your ego when you deal with your square. And oftentimes it's really, really, really difficult to get out of your ego because they live a life that you couldn't fathom. You understand what I'm saying? You're like, why are you doing shit like that? That's just so gosh darn weird. Like, why? When they have a reason, a very good reason, it's who they are. Bottom line, point blank. And it's really, really difficult to accept people for who they are sometimes. I'll be one to say it with all of my Leo energy because I have high expectations for anything and everybody. I'm learning. I absolutely am learning and growing. That's why I share this information. I share this information so I can learn. I share this information so y'all can learn. That's the bottom line. Really, really true. I hope that answers your question, Evan, and everybody on Instagram. Please come over to YouTube at Sonia Marie's Word Life Astrology page, because we're only going to do this for like 2 more weeks, and then we're going to stay on YouTube the whole time, twice a week. All right. Any more questions before I jump into what Spirit told me to say next? Freestyle Friday, y'all. I'm sure there's a bunch of Freestyle Fridays out there in the world. Okay, Yvette got a question. When searching for love, should I only look for people who are compatible with my sun sign? Oh, Yvette, that's a very, very good question. Let me take a sip. And the answer is no. Absolutely not. There's a lot of people, I should say a good handful of people that I have read. And I love doing couples reads, by the way. When two people come together and we can put their bi-wheel together, we can put their composite chart together and see how they are as a couple. Go to my website. If you ever want a couples read to talk about how you and your beau can hook up or whatever, you and your boo, you and your beau, the couples read is located on my readings page at wordlifeastrology.com. So, Yvette, to answer your question, nope. I've known a lot of people that have both their squares, or I should say their sun signs, square. I know some Cancers that hook up with Libras. I know some Pisces that hook up with Sagittarius. I know a Virgo that hooked up with a Gemini, for sure, for sure. Here's the thing. It's like you have to have other parts of your chart that kind of relate and are compatible. So if your sun sign is squared, or if your sun sign is compatible, that's cool. But it doesn't mean that just your sun sign being compatible is going to make your relationship harmonious neither. It's those other parts. It's the sun. It is the moon. It is Venus. It is Mars. It is Mercury. And where they fall in your chart. Do they fall in the 5th house? Do they fall in the 6th house? They fall in the 7th house? They fall in the 12th house? Astrology is way too motherfucking vast, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it's a lot of information. So no, it's not just about your sun sign, but it's a good start. The sun is, remember, the sun is who you are. It's your core self. So if your core self can vibrate with somebody else's core self, that's a good start. But if they don't, then maybe your moon can hook up. Maybe your Venus is about love and desire and passion can hook up. Maybe y'all really good in bed together and your Mars hooks up together. You understand what I'm saying? And that's part of your love language. And I'm just saying, yeah, that's the long answer. Or I should say the short answer of the long, maybe, possibly. I'm a Taurus sun, and my soon-to-be ex-husband is an Aquarius. I noticed in my 7th house that I see Aquarius. Does that tell me that I should stay away from them? He is awful. Oh, God bless him. Gigi, I'm sure he ain't that bad. He is your ex-husband, which means you loved him at some point. So he ain't that bad. However, Taurus and Aquarius is a square for sure. But you offered up some very important information, sweet lady. You offered up the fact that your 7th house is Aquarius. So that means you possibly maybe are going to attract a lot of Aquarius as partners. Why? Because the 7th house is about personal partnership. It's also about business partnerships, but it's also about competitors, aka haters out this motherfucker. So wherever your 7th house is, you can connect with people that help to promote a partnership, a connection. It doesn't mean you're in love, though. Seventh house has nothing to do with love. It has to do with partnerships, connection, trying to relate to another. You dig? But being that it's on the seventh, again, he may be a good partner, but he could be an enemy, a competitor of sorts, right? That brings out an edge in you that makes you better. I'm just saying. It all depends on your dynamic. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna eat these goddamn grapes. They look too good. Oh, please get a couples read, Robin. Oh, Robin, yes. That'll be awesome. I love doing couples read. They're just the absolute best. Truly. I love seeing how people come together and why they come together. And then the smile and sometimes confusion on people's faces. When I tell them certain things, they're like, I wasn't ready for that. Squirrel, a lot of people are not ready for my readings. I'm gonna let you know. Oftentimes people will come and be like, oh, this is gonna be cute. You're gonna tell me how dope I am. You're gonna tell me what my mission is. You're gonna tell me what my purpose is and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all of it though. And then they tell you more. Your ancestors and your guides. Okay. I think that's enough. Not unless there's another question. Is there another question somewhere? Let's go into this final tidbit of information in which I was prompted to tell y'all today, introduced to y'all today. I love this book, by the way. I took the cover off of it because I didn't want to see the lady's face, but it's called the Essential Doreen Virtue Collection, and it's like 3 of her angel books in one. Right. And I was prompted to talk today about Archangel Shemuel. Those that are in the village hut, they know exactly who Archangel Shemuel is. That's too general, Evan. It's very, very general to ask how a Leo and a Pisces kind of gets along. This is what this question is on our, where is this? Instagram. Again, just like Gigi's question, is it just about the sun signs? No, it's about all parts of your personality. Sun, moon, rise, Mercury, Saturn, all of that shit. But to answer the question, generally speaking, y'all get on each other's nerves. That's for sure. Leo and Pisces, that's another quincux. To be truthful with you, you get on each other's nerves because Pisces is too flighty and Leo wants all the attention. You understand what I'm saying? However, there's ways to connect in other ways. So I'm not trying to be too solid on my advice. I need to see your whole chart, honey, to be truthful with you. All right. You know I was gonna say Giselle. Shemuel, Archangel Shemuel. I want to leave y'all with this notion about, or I should say, this powerful, powerful archangel in regards to you in praying today. Because today you're gonna say your prayers, right? Today you're gonna say your prayers, right? Every day, all day, we should be armored in prayer. For sure, for specific reasons or whatever. So here's today's prayer in regards to Shemuel, Archangel Shemuel, which is one of the top dogs, one of the 7 archangels, archangel ascended and ascended masters. Let me say that again. Is one of the 7 archangels in which the ascended masters assist, or I should say prompt and pour into, so the archangels can pour into the angels, so the angels can pour into the guides, so the guides can pour into our ancestors. It's a hierarchy up there. I don't want to get into that because y'all won't believe it. So I'm going to leave some things to my own mind because I am kind of crazy like that. But Shemuel is responsible for love. Shemuel is responsible for career, life, purpose, and lost items, by the way, for seeking your soulmate, as well as building good relationships and strengthening them as well. Shemuel also protects our personal world, right? It works to build strong foundations for our relationships. Archangel Shemuel is very loving and kind and sweet. And you'll know he's around when you feel like this. I'll be honest with you. I don't need this. I'll be honest with you. I pray to Archangel Shemuel all the time. And I always feel like there's a blanket that comes over me when he walks in the room, because he's very gentle, almost like Taurus energy. If anybody knows about Taurus energy, how it's calm, it's collected, it's kind of like creeping on you, so to speak. Not like a creep. Although there's probably a lot of creepy ass Tauruses. No, I'm just joking. I was gonna go down a whole nother rabbit hole, but it feels comfortable is the thing. He feels comfortable. So when you pray to Archangel Shemuel today, ask Archangel Shemuel to help you to be an authority of your own heart. Ask Archangel Shemuel to help to connect with your soulmate in a way in which they can respond and reflect your deepest passions within your own heart, not your ego, not what your mother and father taught you, not what the books say, all of that. No, your own personalized heart, who you are individually. That's what Shemuel does. Shemuel says, you want your soulmate? You want the one that reflects you? Now, here's the catch, though. You got to be ready for them motherfuckers. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. Shemuel bought me a soulmate. And he was everything that I desired in some kind of way. But I wasn't ready. I absolutely was not ready. My personality took over, and that Leo energy was too strong for him. You know what I mean? And I didn't know how to pull it back and or learn from my past mistakes. So you can have your soulmates arrive. They can even be around you. You can be laying beside them. But how are you cultivating that? By knowing the chart, you can do so. And that's not just me pubbing myself, but by knowing their personality, you can see what parts of their personality you just go up against and what parts of your personality they go up against. Because when you have these walls and these fences and shit, the soul can't speak to the soul. Does that make sense? Now you fighting through some shit. You know what I mean? So it's good when you call on Shemuel to, first of all, be ready to receive him or her. And secondly, if you are almost ready and he or she does show up, know that you have some work to do to always stay connected to the heart, to the soul, to speak from that space as opposed to reacting. You understand what I mean? I hope y'all get that. Any other questions? Because I'm about to be out of this joint. I think it's time to roll and enjoy my Friday night. I hope y'all in LA. If y'all in LA, in the Los Angeles area, please slide through Soul Supreme Studios tomorrow. The link is right below my in the description box below the video here on YouTube. Also in my bio and whatchamacallit? And on Instagram. So please come on through. Again, we're going to talk deeper about intimacy. We're going to talk deeper about companionship, deeper. We're going to do little mini reads as well. But we're also going to get into the asteroids. I'm going to pull up your personal chart and get into the asteroids that you hold and how you are connected romantically, what you desire, what you need, what you require, and what your partner requires as well if you have one. All right. You're so welcome, Miss Lady J. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all and all the things y'all come with. And I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the love. I really, really do. Confirmation. I see y'all on Monday, okay? Remember to be the authority of you. Know your own heart so you don't have any problems explaining what it is he or she needs. Yes, your heart. You deserve that. See you later.